Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another one of our BBH 15 preseason podcasts, where we are going over the second chance stories of our BBH 15 cast. Tonight, I am so excited to be talking about my close personal friend, Blake Ratcliffe. And joining me to talk about Blake, I have two wonderful guests. First up, you know her, you love her. She is always going to shake what her mama gave her. It is Macy Love White from BBH 11 and 12.
Hello, I'm so excited to
I'm,
talk
s-
about my close personal friend, Blake.
I'm so glad that you agreed to do this with me, and always love getting a chance to talk to you. Also joining us tonight, um, she may not have played with Blake, but she has played a lot of life with him. Um, it's Rick.
You missed an opportunity to say she hasn't played with Blake, but she's laid with Blake.
I mean, girl,
And like respectfully, of course.
respectfully, yeah, of course.
Respectfully.
Biblically, I didn't,
Hey, hey everyone.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to put your business out there like that, but
But
No, I'm
it's
waiting till
here.
marriage. Yeah.
right, of course, as you should. So okay, well, I'm excited to have you both here to talk about Blake, who I think universally we can agree we're very excited that he is getting a second chance. Macy, when I hit you up and I said, I really want you to come talk to me about Blake, what were you thinking?
I was so excited. I was scared at first. I was like, oh gosh, who is he gonna tell me? And then he said Blake, and I was like, yes, Blake. I don't know. He was one of my favorite people that I've played with.
And because he was good to you. because he liked you and wanted to work with you.
True. And if
Uh,
you're not good to me, then anyways.
I mean, that's the truth. Erica, obviously, you know Blake very well, and you know that I think Blake really enjoys the Big Brother Hometowns community and really enjoys our game. Like, what do you think this second chance, means to him?
Oh my gosh. Like he loves, like, that's a correct read. He loves BBH. He always well.
Go ahead.
He always raved about the community before I even played the game and played BBH 14. And he was one of the main reasons why I joined the season. So I think he just has so much respect for like Prod, everybody in the community, and so getting a second chance means the world to him. And I know he's not going to waste the opportunity. He's going to make the most of it. So I'm excited to see him play.
Yeah, he is incredibly active in his DR chat. He's like giving us lots of theories, lots of like thoughts of just like how he wants to play and come back, who he's afraid to see again, who he's potentially excited might be there. I think Blake is really excited, and I know Blake well enough to know that he will throw himself into everything, every aspect of this game. He will be really doing well. And Macy, I'm curious from your perspective, like, do you think Blake has a target coming back? Like from how BBH 11 went down, do you think that he could potentially have a target on his back?
I think that it depends on who's in the house. My initial thought is no. I think that he's going to be fine going into the house. I really do. And Blake's the type of person I feel like I don't know exactly like the casting process for this, but he's the type who like would have told himself like he would have loved to do this, but he wouldn't think that he would have gotten the opportunity. But like everyone who knows him like is probably like Blake would be perfect. Like he needs a second chance. We want to watch him more. And I'm definitely one of those people. I'm so excited to watch him. I really like I say it depends on who's in there, but I don't know. I'm gonna like stand firm with saying no. I don't think that like he's gonna be targeted. I really don't.
Erica, you know Blake more from like and his org reputation. Do you think that is something he needs to be worried about coming into this cast that is, kind of connected or very
Uh,
all-star cast?
right. Um, no, I agree with Macy. I don't think he's going to be targeted at all. I'd be shocked if he went home pre-jury, like shocked, because he has the advantage, and from what little I know about BB11, he has the advantage of coming in after being screwed over, and like whereas some people in other seasons may that are on the cast may have just like been so close and then didn't get it, or like it had different variations, whereas he comes in being like, I'm or has the advantage of saying like I got screwed over and can downplay his threat level, whereas maybe other people can't as well. And he's coming in also with a pretty good big org reputation, but I don't think that it's going to affect him because I think people are going to want to keep him around because he's so funny and likable, and I think he's just going to skate by. And I mean, on top of him being very strategic, he's just again so likable. So
Yeah.
people are going to think like, oh, that's Blake. He's funny. I need to keep him around. I want to work with him. And then it's going to be Merge, and he's just going to, slide through.
Yeah, I have two main thoughts for Blake. He is benefiting, I think, after not playing for a long time. He hasn't played an org in like almost a year, he told us, and I think that kind of break does wonders for any sort of reputation you may have around in the org community. And so that there's that. And then I think like in terms of if people are doing their research about Big Brother hometowns to prepare for this season, for this second chance, Blake's Blake was so fun and so much of a content creator in 11, but he really suffers the same fate as everybody in that season where he's working against these dominant alliances that he just can't get any traction against. Like obviously there's Dan, Justin, and Gwen in RGB, but there's also he was on the outside of Smiley as well, which was the other big alliance that kind of did a lot. um you know I think people who see that and who look at that are going to realize that like in terms of his BBH like history, he doesn't have a huge target in comparison to other people who have played if you just look at Big Brother Hometown. So I think I think that I think he'll be in a good spot here coming in. I know he has some connections. Macy, I'm curious your opinion. How do you think Blake reacts to seeing other people from y'all's season if they are there? Like, do you think is there anyone that he's not gonna want to see or he's gonna want to see or
I immediately thought of someone,
oh no.
which I know isn't going to be there. Anyways, we'll move
Anyway.
past that. She could make a celebrity appearance. Anyways, I so Blake is just from like what I like assume or know of him, he's so connected like with like different levels of BBH that I think he's not going to be like overly excited to see a certain like person from the season that he played. Like I feel like he knows enough people in other seasons
No. Okay,
that
I see
like
what you're saying.
that he's not going to gravitate towards like a person that he played the season with.
Mm-hmm.
As for like not wanting to see someone, I don't see him like holding some type of grudge
Mm-hmm.
against somebody. I see him like starting fresh. I think like he knows enough about orgs that's if you can, that's the best way to play is to like start from scratch. So that's just what I think. Like I don't necessarily like I don't really see him like trying to like make like a final deal with somebody from our season. Like I feel like it would be somebody else.
Gotcha. I know that he like the thing about Blake that I find so fascinating is he is very intentional about how he goes about certain things and about how he tries to structure himself because like for example and this is like just something silly, but like he was in I'm in a group chat with him and he kind of like was exchanging some words with somebody who was in the group chat. And then like 10 minutes later messages Josh and I and goes, "Oh wait, I need to go slide into that person's DMs because they potentially could be playing second chances with me and like I don't want, you know what I mean? So like even though he like end up fighting with that person, he like immediately tries and fix his mistake and he immediately tries to fix that, like repair that. Um you know, I've seen him get so frustrated with people to the point that he's ready to just like excommunicate himself from the community, but I've never seen him do that in a game. I've never seen him let his frustration and his emotion overtake like how he thinks about the game, and I find that very, very interesting. Rick, you've hosted with him. You've have you ever gotten the chance to view him in a game?
Um, no, I don't think so. Wait, no, I don't think so. Not like this.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you make of that? Like how like because he can sometimes get up, get frustrated. He can sometimes get that, but he doesn't let that affect his game. Why is that? Is it just because it's the game? Like what's going on
Yeah, he does. The best way to describe Blake, in my opinion, the way that I like to is in games mostly, is that he is so controlled in his chaos that it's insane. And he like in real life, like he could have one minor inconvenience and he'll be I'm leaving every group chat, like this is not happening. But in a game, he I think has that great balance of knowing like when to turn it up and push buttons and when to dial it back down to help his game. And I think in all, usually it really benefits him because people low-key expect him to act like that. He's built up this persona for himself. And so at times, while it can maybe be frustrating in his real life, it's so good in games because he plays into it and then is actually just like the strategic mastermind behind the scenes. He's so smart. He's so smart. So he knows what he's doing, and I think I think exactly what you said. Like it's so intentional. Everything's there's a method behind the madness, and he just knows better than to just leave group chats. Shout out
Macy?
Ryan Taylor.
Yeah. I kind of want to piggyback off that a little bit. And I don't know if this is going to be like one of your questions, Mitchell,
That's
but
okay.
like something that I see that might be like a partial downfall of Blake's is so he has that personality, and I didn't really like fully get it at the beginning of working with him, but like he's just kind of like goofy. He's like sarcastic so much, and like some people just do not understand that at all.
Yeah.
And it can come across as like, and I've seen it like as him being like rude or something. Like people think that, and he's totally not intending.
That was
on that.
that was the whole reason him and Amanda had a fight in Subversion. Like
Right.
the whole reason. So I do agree with that.
Yeah, so like I think that that might be like his only downfall of people. So like, I mean, we're gonna see returnees here, obviously. So hopefully they'll know like enough about Blake to be like, oh, like I'll like play with him on this, and hopefully they don't get like upset by anything he says. Like I think that he's like one of the most funny people, but some people like just don't understand that kind of sense of humor. So I feel like that could be his downfall.
Yeah.
At
No, I
least
think
with some people.
I think it's true. I think that and I think one thing that I think Blake has worked on and has learned how to do better is that when the first impression that he makes of people, for it to not be that super dry sense, that super sarcasm, because I think he knows and he's had situations where it has gotten him in trouble.
Now, I know he's
No.
gonna hop into that first night chat and be like, "Who wants to fuck my ass?" Like he's going to rub people maybe the wrong way. But with that being said, I do think this is the best cast or the best season to do that with, because people will know.
Yeah, I'm
more
trying to
often
look.
than not.
Yeah, there are very few people on this cast who don't know who Blake is, I think, or at least know of him enough to know like the way that he is. And so I don't expect that to be much of an issue. But like I do wonder with Blake, you know, with when push comes to shove, how is he going to take it if somebody that he considers a friend doesn't play ball with him? And I wonder like what that response is and how that will affect his game. Because he's going to play hard and he will backstab a friend, but I don't know how he'll respond if he gets backstabbed first. So I'm curious to see.
I think I think something that he does when that happens is very much like I haven't viewed him in like a game, like a long form one. So like, but I feel like mostly his go-to is, and I think this could really benefit him, and I hope he does it, is if that's something like that happens, he'll just use his passive aggressive, like, okay, no worries, like, yeah, that's fine, great, no worries, why'd you do that, and like have a like conversation, like he'll approach it head on, I think for sure, if he's around to do it. He's not the one being backstabbed, of course, but if he is, he's gonna go off in the main chat probably, but. Yeah, and then I think behind the scenes, he'll be like, okay, so what do I have to do to either get back at them, or what do I have to do to get myself in a better position? Because it could.
He is really good at that. Like,
yeah,
he'll blow up and he'll lose it, and then he'll be like, so anyway, like,
literally.
How's your
cat? How's the dog, by the way?
My best wishes to the dog. Yeah. Macy, let's start wrapping this up. What do you think, what do you think Blake's second chance story will be here in Big Brother Hometowns 15?
Oh gosh. Obviously I don't know the whole cast, but just knowing Blake's on it, I want Blake to win. I don't know. I feel like he's played like kind of a villainous character before. Like he has like a joking villainous like thing about him. And I just kind of want him to keep going with that because it's entertaining to watch. Like it's funny. Him like the times that he pops off is funny. I want to keep like saying that, but he also has to figure out the balance with that to like not use humor like so much that people are going to be like, okay, like I don't know like how legit you're being with me, like how like you're saying this stuff and like I want to be loyal to you, but I don't know if you're being serious with me. So he needs to like rein that in, and I feel like have like a core person or maybe even like two people to like go to the end with. But I would like to like see him do the villainous like goofy thing.
Yeah. I mean, that was what ultimately got him, is that the people that he wanted to go to the end with didn't. I mean, one of those people was Dan Alt, who did not want to go to the end with Blake, and who didn't actually have Dan in his plans. If Blake had it his way, he would have ridden to the end with Lee and with Dan, I think, and he wanted to work with you, and like the other people had ulterior motives, and that ultimately is what kind of was the nail in his coffin, because when he's sitting there on the double, you were the only person who was willing to save him. And I think like if he can really lock in with a few people, like you said, I think that'll do wonders for his game, and his chances here in Big Brother Hometowns 15. Erica, what do you think?
Well, I don't very much know what his second chance story will be because I didn't play his season with him. But I think his story overall is that he's gonna come in with like as cliche as it sounds, like a passion for like the game and wanting to win, and I know he is. and he's gonna come in and he's gonna know. I think he's, like, Blake is my guy. He's my winner pick. Obviously, I don't even like. There's no question. But like, I do think he has what it takes to win, and he's gonna come in. I think he's gonna know what to do right off the bat. He's gonna skate by the pre-jury. That's my prediction. And if it doesn't happen, then flop. But I think he's just gonna know exactly what to do and what steps he needs to take to get to the end. And if he doesn't win, I think he's gonna go really far. So I think that's his story.
I love Blake. I am really rooting for him to do well. I'm rooting for at least one rant. I'm rooting for
many. There will be many.
I'm rooting for at least one like pee my pants of laughing type moment from him. I go back and I watch like Blake content a lot because he's just that funny. And since we're here, like follow him on Twitch, like Amateur Beat Farmer. On Twitch, we got to support our friends here. But Rick and Macy, thank you guys so much for joining me. You're gonna have rotted teeth, Rick.
We're gonna
thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
it was an
so
honor
fun
to talk about Blake.
I love doing it.
Well, thank you guys so much again, and for everybody who is out there watching, thank you so much for watching. Join the Discord, get your fantasy picks in, get your merch, do all the things, and until you see us for a BBH 15 stream proper. Good night, everybody.